Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eghe and this is Fictional Haven. And so today we're going to be talking about some of my anticipated releases for 2022. So let us begin.
Goes a little something like
First of all, as usual, I'm not a very organized person, so there's not a lot of planning going behind videos. Basically, I did not scrap anything, so I'm going to be reading the synopsis for each of these books from my tab from Goodreads, and let's just start. So the first book we have is Vagabonds by Eghe, and this is going to come out 1st of March 2022. Yes, it's going to come out 1st of March 2022, and the plot is basically, as in Nigeria, vagabonds are those whose existence is literally outlawed: the queer, the poor, the displaced, the footloose, the rogue spirits. They are those who inhabit transient spaces, who make their paths and more invisibly, who embrace apparitions, old vengeances, and alternate realities. Elogosa Osunde's brave, fiercely inventive novel traces a wide array of characters for whom life itself is a form of resistance. A driver for a debauched politician with the power to command life and death, a legendary fashion designer who gives birth to a grown woman, a lesbian couple whose tender relationship sheds unexpected light on their experience with underground sex work, a wife and mother who attends a secret spiritual gathering that shapes her world. As their lives intertwine in bustling markets and underground clubs, churches and hotel rooms, vagabonds are seized and challenged by spirits who command the city's dark energy. Whether running from danger, meeting with secret lovers, finding their identities, or vanquishing their shadow selves, Osunde's characters confront and support one another before converging for the once in a lifetime gathering that gives this book its unexpected joyous conclusion. So my friend put this book on my radar because he's such a big fan of this author's writing, and basically this author has a lot of short stories for different magazines, and my friend is a huge fan, and he has been so excited for this book since it was announced, and because of him I'm kind of anticipating it too now. So my plan though is to make sure I read at least a very good percentage of the author's short stories before finally reading the book. But yeah, I'm excited. The next is The Hookup Plan by Farah Rochan, and this is the third book in the Boyfriend Project series. I read the first book and I really liked it, so I'm hoping this next book and this other one coming up will have the same energy, because the first book was really nice, so I'm kind of anticipating this one. Plus the cover is also beautiful. This is going to come out on the 2nd of August 2022, so hopefully maybe when this one comes out I'll read the second book in the series and then read this one immediately, so I can say that I've read all the books. But successful pediatric surgeon London Kelly lives just needs to find some balance and distress. According to her friends Samia and Taylor, what London really needs is a casual hookup, a night of fun with no strings. But no one, at least of all London, is expected to go down to a high school reunion with Drew Sullivan, millionaire, owner of delicious herbs, and oh yes, her arch nemesis. Now London is certain the road to hell is paved with good sex, because she's found out the real reason Drew is back in Austin to decide whether her beloved hospital remains open. Worse, Drew is doing everything he can to show her that he's a decent guy who actually cares. But London's not falling for it, because while sleeping with the enemies wanting, falling for him is definitely not a part of the plan. Yes, so that is the synopsis, and I honestly can't wait. Honestly, do you know what I'm anticipating? I want to get the three books, the first book, second book, and this one over here, because the covers are stunning. But who's gonna give me the money to buy it? Who? So the next book is Ashes of Gold by JL, and this is the second book after Wings of Ebony, and I read Wings of Ebony this year and I loved it. The book, it's fast paced, it's action packed, it is just everything is just given to you straight, and I just love that about the book. So I'm kind of excited for the next book to come out. And this is going to be coming out in January 11th, 2022. So let us read the synopsis. So Rue has no memory of how she ended up locked in a basement prison without her magic or allies, but she's a girl from the East Row, and girls from the East Rows don't give up. Girls from the East Row pick themselves back up, and when they fall, girls from the East Row pick themselves back up when they fall. Girls from the East Row break themselves out. But reuniting with her friends is only half of the battle. When she finds them again, Rue makes a vow. She will find a way to return the magic that the Chancellor has stolen from her father's people. Yet, even on Yipo speak, Rue is a misfit, with half foot back in Houston, half a heart that is human as well as God. She's not sure she's the right person to lead the fight to reclaim a glorious past. When a betrayal sends her into a tailspin, Rue must decide who to trust and how to be the leader that her people deserves. Because if she doesn't, isn't just Yipo that will be destroyed. It will be Rue herself. I hope that's how they pronounce the name, Rue. Well, I don't know. So the next book is The Merciless Ones by Namina Fona, and this is the next book after The Gilded One. This is going to be coming out in May 31st. So let's just read the synopsis. Fans of The Gilded Ones and the Children of Blood and Bone will love the second book in an epic fantasy series about a girl who is the key to saving the Empire or its greatest threats. It's been 6 months since Decca has freed the goddesses and discovered who she really is, but there are now wars waging across the kingdom. Otarians now think Jatu are traitors to the nation. Decca is called a monster. But the real battle has only just begun, and Decca must lead the charge. Decca is tasked with freeing the rest of the goddesses. Only as she begins to free them, she begins to see strange symbols everywhere in places of worship and worn on armors. There's something unnatural about these symbols. Just looking at it makes Decca lose her senses. Even worse, it seems to repel her powers. She can't command or communicate with the new death tricks. In fact, she can't even understand when they speak. Decca knows freeing the goddesses is just the beginning. She can tell whatever dark force out is powerful, and there's something sinister out there threatening the kingdom connected to the symbols, something merciless that her army will need to stop before humanity crumbles. But Decca's powers are only getting stronger, and her strongest weapon could be herself. The Merciless Ones. Can't wait. Also, by the way, love this cover. I feel like the person that does the covers for Namina Fona is really doing the Lord's work, because book 1 and book 2, stunning covers, frankly speaking. So the next is Blood Scion by Deborah Falaye, and this one I'm anticipating because I don't know. I believe someone Naija Book Bay reviewed this on Bookstagram, or she talked about it one time on her status, and since then I've just been anticipating this book. This is going to come out 8th of March, and this is going to be like, if you like reading about Yoruba mythology with fantasy, and just frankly this book sounds like everything to me, plus the cover, beautiful. I cannot wait. I am waiting, but I cannot wait. The synopsis is, this is what they deserve. They wanted me to be a monster. I will be the worst monster they ever created. 15-year-old Sloane can incinerate an enemy at will. She's a Scion, a descendant of an ancient Orisha god. Oh my god. She's a Scion, a descendant of the ancient Orisha gods. Under the Lucy's brutal rule, her identity means death if her powers are discovered. But when she is forcibly conscripted into the Lucy's army on her 15th birthday, Sloane sees a new opportunity to overcome the bloody challenges of Lucy's training and destroy them from within. Sloane rises through the ranks and gains strength, but in doing so, risks something greater, losing herself entirely and becoming the very monster she abhors. So I feel like this is just a feeling. Don't hold me to these words, but this is just a feeling I'm getting. I feel like this is going to be a Poppy War type scenario. Like, if you like the Poppy War and the bloodiness and the craziness that is the poppy world. I've only read book 1 and I'm basing this on book 1, but I feel like this is going to go the same way, the same direction the poppy war went. Not that I'm saying this is a rip-off or anything. No. I'm just like, if you like the poppy war, I feel like you will like this one too. But I'm actually really excited for this book. So this is like a book based on Yoruba mythology. It's a fantasy, it's a YA fantasy. It has all the right things for me. So cannot wait. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's going to come out 8th of March 2022. So if this is not on your radar, it should be. It really should. So the next is Bitter by OrhueEghosasere, and this is going to come out on the 15th of February. And let's just read the synopsis. Basically, Bitter is thrilled to have been chosen to become the Eucalyptus, a special school. Wow. Bitter is thrilled to have been chosen to attend Eucalyptus, a special school where she can focus on her painting, surrounded by other creative things. But outside this haven, the streets are filled with protests against the deep injustice that gripped the town of Lucille. Bitter's instinct is to stay safe within the walls of Eucalyptus, but her friends aren't willing to settle for a world that the adults say is just the way things are. Pulled between old friendships, her creative passion, and a new romance, Bitter isn't sure where she belongs, in the art studio or in the streets. And if she does find a way to help the revolution while being true to who she is, she must also ask at what cost. So I actually don't have anything to say except this is an Okeke book, and because this is an Okeke book, you know that I am anticipating, I am waiting, I am keeping vigil. Anything with Okeke's name on it, trust me, I'm anticipating. I'm doing all nights. We're doing watch night for Okeke's book. So this one is coming out on the 15th of February, and can't wait. And I believe, I don't know if this is a companion book to Pets, but it says here Pets number 0.5. So I guess this is like a prequel to Pets. So I guess I'll have to read Pets before this one comes. Okeke, everybody. The next is also an Okeke book, and this is You Made of Death. You made a fool of death with your beauty by OrhueEghosasere, and this is coming out on the 24th of May. I believe Okeke also has 2 other books coming out this year, but I know one is non-fiction, so, and non-fiction is not really my jam, so I'm not really anticipating that one. But when it comes out, best believe I'm going to be excited. But apart from that, what was I saying? We're talking about You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. So let's just read the synopsis for You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. That name is a lot. Feyi Adekola wants to learn how to be alive again. It's been 5 years since the accident that killed the love of her life, and she's almost a new person now, an artist with her own studio and sharing a brownstone apartment with her ride-or-die best friend, Joy, who insists it's time for Feyi to ease back into the dating scene. Feyi isn't ready for anything serious, but a steamy encounter at the rooftop party cascades into a whirlwind summer she could never have imagined. A luxury trip to tropical islands, decadent meals in the glamorous homes of celebrity chefs, and a major curator who wants to launch her art career. She even started dating the perfect guy, but their relationship might be sabotaged before it has the chance by the dangerous thrill Feyi feels every time she locks eyes with the one person in the house who's definitely off limits. This new life she asked for just got a whole lot more complicated, and Feyi must begin her search for real answers. Who is she ready to become? Can she release her past and honor her grief while still embracing her future? And of course, there's the biggest question of all: how far is she willing to go for a second chance at love? OrhueEghosasere's vivid and passionate writing takes us deep into a world of possibilities and healing, and the constant bravery of choosing love against all odds. That was a lot. I cannot wait. I feel like this young lady, Feyi, is going to be a very messy character, and I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever it is Okeke is going to throw at me. I am ready. I have been waiting, and I can still wait. I mean, it's coming out in May. Yes, it's coming out in May, so I can still wait, but we're keeping vigil over here until everything Okeke has written has been released. So the next book we're going to be talking about is Blood by Blood Like Fate by Lisel Sambiri. This is the second book in the Blood Like Magic series. I'm not really sure if this is a duology or a trilogy or whatever it is, but it is the second book out, and I honestly can't wait. It's coming out on the 9th of August. Yes, it's coming out on the 9th of August. So let's read this synopsis now. So Voya Thompson must have passed her calling to wow. Okay, so I was going to read the synopsis, but what reading is there's a lot of spoilers for book one. So I'm just going to try my best and give you a brief synopsis of what book one is all about, because the synopsis for book two has a lot of spoilers for book one. So for people that have not read book one, I don't want to spoil it for you. So basically, this book is about Voya Thompson, who I believe she's about to turn 16. She's from a family of witches, and I believe every witch, by the time they turn 16, they receive a tax from their ancestor, and after completing this tax, they are given their powers, which they then use to help their family. So Voya's tax is to kill her first, is to destroy the life of her first true love, or to kill her first love. I don't know if that makes sense. That was a lot to say, but like, she's supposed to kill her first love in order to get her powers. And during the process of achieving this task, she discovers that her family members are slowly losing their powers, which kind of, and yes, she discovers that her family members are losing their powers, and that kind of is a problem, because killing somebody is not exactly something everybody's like excited to do. So she has to now decide between helping her family or committing murder. That was a very terrible description of the book, but that's basically what the book is about. I'm sorry if that did not encourage you to read the book, but I can assure you this is a really nice book. So the next book on my list is You Truly Assumed by Leila Sabrim, and this is coming out on the 8th of February 2020. The reason why I'm anticipating this book is because of the cover. I will not lie. Like, just look at this baby. Look at this beauty. And you expect me not to want to read it. Anyway, I'm anticipating the book because of the cover. But also, after seeing the cover, I read the synopsis and it sounded really good. So, anticipating this, but just appreciate this baby. Look at this baby. And tell me you don't want to read this book. Anyway, let's just read the synopsis now before I continue. So so Sabria has her whole summer planned out in color-coded glory, but those plans go out the window after a terrorist attack near her home. When the terrorist is assumed to be Muslim and Islamophobia grows, Sabria turns to her online journal for comfort. You Truly Assumed was never meant to be anything more than an outlet, but the blog goes viral as fellow Muslim teens around the country flock to it and find solace and a sense of community. Soon, two more teens, Zakat and Farah, join Bree to run. Soon, two more teens, Zakat and Farah, join Bree to run You Truly Assumed, and the three quickly form a strong friendship. But as the blog popularity grows, so do the pushback and hateful comments. When one of them is threatened, the search to find out who is behind it all begins, and their friendship is put to the test when all three must decide whether to shut down the blog and lose what they've worked for, or take a stand and risk everything to make their voices heard. So anyway, if that does not sound that amazing to you, I don't know what will. But it's coming out on the 8th of February, so if this book is not already on your radar, it really should be. The next book is Truth Lies and Mr. Grey by Shelley Ellis, Truth Lies and Mr. Grey by Shelley Ellis, and this is coming out on the 29th of March. And this book is the second book after The Three Miss Grace, which I read last year and I really enjoyed. There's a lot of drama in it. It's messy characters, and I love it. I was here for the drama. This is a domestic thriller, by the way. So let's read the synopsis now. So, three women scorned, one wealthy vengeful bigamist, and a killer bad news so no one saw coming. In Shelley Ellis's shocking follow-up to The Three Mrs. Grey, a trio of betrayed wives finds that no one can be trusted, maybe not even themselves. Diamond Noel Vanessa. As Cyrus Gray recovers from a near-fatal shooting, the women who thought they were only his wives are fighting hard to make new dreams, even if it means going one dangerous step too far. On the trial for Cyrus's shooting, Diamond is determined to clear her name and get back her husband she still loves, but uncovering the truth will reveal more secret than she ever imagined. An unexpected desire is bringing them all too close to home. Beautiful Noelle has found happiness with her new love, but Sarah's scheming confronts her with an unthinkable conspiracy and an impossible choice to save all she hopes for. Her seemingly sweet suburban wife Vanessa finds Cyrus recover. Her seemingly sweet suburban wife Vanessa helps Cyrus recover. She she is about to finish him off for good and keep the expensive lifestyle she earned. But her manipulation will push her up against two relentless and all too intimate enemies. And now with little agendas clashing, passion high and everyone's future on the line, which rules will each woman break to finally end the past, and who will survive to secure everything? So yes, like I said, drama everywhere and I cannot wait. But frankly, this book, if Mr. Gray does not get what he deserves, if Cyrus Gray does not get what he deserves at the end of the book, I will be very mad at this author. So the next book is What Happened to Janet Uzon. This is by Miracle Emeka Nwo. I cannot pronounce this author's name. Anyway, I don't know when this book is coming out because it's not, the release date is not out yet, but it's coming out next year. But basically, let's just read the synopsis. So, a year after their best friend Janet Uzon dies in a drowning incident, Pamela and Ebere are trying to cope and move on in their own unique ways. Pamela buries her emotions while Ebere has been on a mission to find out what really happened to their friend, an excellent swimmer whose death seems unfair and unconscionable. When Pamela begins to receive sinister letters threatening her life, she finally has to confront her fears, and with the help of Ebere, on and off boyfriend, Eghe, a good friend Daniel Kalio, she sets out to find out who is after her life. In order to do this, they have to uncover the truth and the circumstances behind the death of Janet Uzon. So basically, this is a YA thriller, a Nigerian YA thriller, and honestly, summary of the whole thing is that this type of book is very rare, very basically this type of book is very rare. I can count on my one hand, the number of Nigerian YA thrillers that I have heard about, and the answer is zero. So I'm honestly just anticipating it because of what this book is, and I'm really excited to read this, and I cannot wait to read this. So the next is Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse, and this is coming out on the 19th of April. Yes, it's coming out on the 19th of April. So the great city of Tova is shattered. The sun is held within the smothering grip of the cruel god's eclipse. But a comet that marks the death of a ruler and heralds the rise of a new order is imminent. The Meridian, a land where magic has been codified and the worship of gods suppressed. How do you live when legends comes to life and the faith you've had is rewarded? As sea captain Isiala is swept up to the chaos and currents of changes, she finds an unexpected ally in the former priest of knives. For the clan's matriarch of Tova, tense alliance form as far-flung enemies gather, and the war in the heavens is reflected upon the earth. And for Serapia and Narampa, now both living avatars, the struggle for free will and personhood in the face of destiny rages. How will Serapio stay human when he is steeped in prophecy and surrounded by those who desire only his powers? Is there a future for Narampa in a transformed Tuva without her total destruction? Welcome back to the fantasy series of the decade in Fevered Star, Book 2 of Between the Earth and Sky. Honestly, I don't know what madness is going to happen in this book, but I cannot wait. I read Black Swan, I loved it. So, I cannot wait for Fevered Star. I honestly don't know what to say other than I can't wait. When is this coming out? I need it immediately. The final book I am anticipating is Daily West Destiny by Tomi Obaro, and this is coming out on the 28th of June. So let us go straight into the synopsis. So Fumi, Enita, and Zainab first meet at university in Nigeria and become friends for life despite their differences. Fumi is beautiful, brash, and determined. Enita is homey and eager, seeking to escape her single mother's smothering and needy love. Zainab is elegant and reserved, raised by her father's first wives after her mother's death in childbirth. Their friendship is complicated but enduring, and over the course of the novel, the reader learns about their loves and losses, how Fumi stole Zainab's boyfriend and became pregnant, only to have an abortion and lose the boyfriend to police violence, how Anytime was seduced by an American Peace Corps volunteer, the only one who ever really saw her but is culturally so different from him, a Connecticut but is culturally so different from him that raising their daughter together puts them at odds. How Zainab fell in love with her teacher, a friend of her father's, and ruptured her relationship with her father to have him. Now, some 30 years later, the three women are reunited for the first time in Lagos. The occasion, Fumi's daughter's Destiny is getting married. Enita brings her American daughter Remy. Zainab travels by bus, nervously leaving her ailing husband in the care of their son. Fumi, hosting the weekend of elaborate festivities with her wealthy husband, wants everything to go perfectly, but as the big day approaches, it becomes clear that something is not right. As the novel builds powerfully towards the big events, the complexities of the mother's friendship and the private wisdom each has earned come to bear on the riveting, heart-straining moment of decision. Daily West Destiny is a sensational debut from a dazzling new voice in contemporary fiction. That was a lot to say, but anyway, this is coming out on the 28th of June, and I honestly cannot wait. I am expecting drama. I'm expecting messy characters. I'm here for the tea basically, and I hope it gives, because I'll be very sad if it doesn't. Plus, the cover is also nice, so a plus. Anyway, so we come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching me so far, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and that's it for now. I'll see you next time.